Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to a half-naked Charvy. Yep, poor half-naked Charvy. I don't know why his fur is gone, and I feel so bad. But his fur is also growing back in places, so it's leaving and going at the same time. I'm going to take him out of rotation after today so that Mama Squeak can come out, because if it's stress that's making his fur fall out, then I want to have him de-stressed as much as possible. So after today, he's going to go back and out of rotation. So here we go, little Charv. You are such a good guy. He is so active, and the loss of his fur has not bothered him. I'm sure that he's colder because of that, and I'm sure his skin is itchier because it doesn't have as much lubrication to get the moisture, the oil, all maneuvered around, because his fur is so thin now right there. But it is growing back, so that's good. So it's thumbs up. Now he still is a very, very silly goose. You can hear him drinking, but just before I started up the vlog, he was over in his corner, in his nest. And of course, he had a whole bunch of his food in his wheel. I heard him when I was getting up, pottering about trying to get like my teeth washed so I could do stuff and getting dressed. And of course, he's over there running in his wheel with the food sliding in the plastic wheel. And it's like noisy. It's just, why would you do that? Because he pees in the wheel and it gets messy. So I clean it out. And just before I started recording, I carefully took there's 7 pieces of food that he's got in the wheel. So I took those pieces of food out and I scattered them around the cage because it doesn't need to be in the wheel, it's messy. Just before I started recording, little clunk, 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 as he went through the cage, he located each of the 7 pieces that had been in the wheel that I'd moved out of the wheel, and carefully moved each one of those pieces back into the wheel. So those 7 chunks of food that were in the wheel, making lots of noise and getting pee all over them and just scraping and rattling, I moved them out and he carefully put them all back. I don't know why, but hamsters are gonna hamster. They have minds and they are just as sentient as we are, though their brains are much, much smaller, so their minds are much, much smaller. Mind is a product of brain, so their minds are much, much smaller, their personality is much smaller. But even though they're very, very tiny, tiny little bodies of water, their minds, they still run deep. So who knows what goes on in the mind of a hamster? Who knows why the food has to go into the wheel? I don't know, but it sure makes sense to Charvy. And hamster's gonna hamster. I give all my hamsters silly names. So when I say all of my hamsters, I mean, of course, only 1 or 2. So Charvy, even though his name, I don't know how the last part of his name is spelled. I've never worried about that part. And in fact, for all those people, this is going to be a real quick rant and hopefully I can go back to Charvy. There's all those people through your life, and I'm sure that you won't know them even now, that'll say, oh, that's not a real word. Show it to me in the dictionary, then I'll believe you. The dictionary, the people that make dictionaries, they even say it's not a compendium of correct language. Language changes all the time, every single day. And if you make a word, that is a word. It is a real word. If you say oh, I need that chagamontarong, and then you point at a thing, that has become a real word. It is a chantamontarong. It may be a word that's only used once, but it's a word in English. It doesn't have a root, doesn't have a base, but it's a momentary word. The only reason that words get into the dictionary is not because they are correct, is because people use those words. And so because they're words and they're now entered into the dictionary, it's because now people are using it enough. It enters the dictionary because enough people are saying it. It's not a compendium of correct language. A dictionary is a compendium of language in use. So when you make up a word, it's still a word. The people that collect these things, their official word on words is, when you use a word, you've made a word, and it is a word. It is official. It is a compendium of words in use, not a compendium of correct English. So, back to Charvy. I've never known how to spell the last part of his name, whether it's it's C-H-A-R-V, and then it's I-E-E-Y, I-E-U-X. Who knows? I don't. I've spelled it both ways, and it doesn't matter. The only important part is the first part, the Charva. Now, the only reason I bring that up is because, as stated, I just said earlier, I give hamsters goofy, silly names. I do that with all sorts of things. His name, of course, is Charvy, but I call him, then this is where it gets, this is just, just human goofiness, where it's for the same reason that I say Barry instead of Very and stuff like that. You say something like that younger as a kid, the more you say it, you get older, it becomes habit, and then, you're doing it all the time. But because his name is Charvy, I call him Charboniferous and the Charbonator. A B. Why? Who knows? Doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but only to, whoever worries about subconscious activities of the brain comes up for that. And, of course, there's no of course, my apologies for that part. I am at this really, really early. It is 6:07 a.m. In fact, I used to be really, really good at starting this off every morning with going, it is 6:09 a.m. on Thursday, the 12th of July. And I'm sorry, I have been failing at that. But I'm off to therapy today. It's been a month. Part of it, my fault, where I don't have any money. And my housemates they drive my vehicle. And they don't bother to make sure that if I need to go to therapy that there's gas in the vehicle. So many times I've had to call up and cancel because I haven't had any gas. So I have gas money. At the beginning of the month, I went and got $20 for gas. Did that hurt? Yeah, I'm pretty negative right now. It's not pretty. I'm kind of afraid to check out the details, so I don't know exactly how negative I am, but I'm pretty negative. It's not pretty. It's never pretty. That's why my storage unit is now. If anyone's going to help me with my storage unit monetarily, I don't know how, because if you wire money to me, it's all going to vanish because I'm so negative. If you send money to my GoFundMe, it goes into my bank account, which means it'll vanish. And my Patreon, of course, is collected at the beginning of every month, so I don't even know how people would get money to me to pay for my storage unit. Aside from PayPal, if you could donate to PayPal. So, we'll find out. Now they say it's $300 if I can get it emptied out by Monday. That's not a deadline. I could wait until the end of the month, but every single day is another $7. And at the end of this month, that's going to be another $200. Right now it's $300. It'll be close to $500 by the end of the month. Yay. Oh boy. Life is life though. Life is life. And it is. Life is life. That's not actually profound. It's actually, the reason I say life is life, and I mean it, is and I usually say it as in when something happens that's horrible and you just, life is life. I mean, you have to accept it. What can you do? There's nothing you can do to escape it. Life is life. That actually, from the 1980s, I was in the Air Force when there was this song done by a group, of course, but I can't remember the name of the group, nor can I remember the name of the song, but it goes, life is life, da 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 da, da 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 da, life, da 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 da. Now I'm sure you've probably heard that life is life. They're talking about, Life is wonderful. Life is good. Life is joyous. And yet, when I hear that, what I heard was, life is life. There's not much you can do about it. It's going to hurt, and it'll probably kill you before your time. Life is life. So that's how I got that phrase. If you ever see me say it in text or say it in real life here, it's life is life, because hamster's gonna hamster. Life is life. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can either roll over and die, or just keep taking the punches to your gut until you finally perish at 60 or 70, hopefully at 80 or 90. There have been a lot of people that have had horrible, horrible tragedies of late. Straxian, and I'm only saying the username like that, was writing to me on Twitter, and I wish I could help. The worst horrible possible thing that could happen to anybody as a parent has happened. His 18-year-old son is dead. And he's shook up and in disbelief. And that's the worst thing in the world as a parent. That's what I've always, I've feared it, and I'm tearing up. When you get a child, you have a hostage to fate, because from that point on, fate could take that child away from you. And I don't know what I would do or how I would survive if that happened to me. I have had bad things happen, as bad things happen to everybody. My wife is gone. My mother just died. My father is in an adult family home. But my oldest, I say my oldest, even though I consider him my son, but I micro-explain everything, so I have to micro-explain this. He is my late wife's child from a previous relationship, but because I became a part of his life when he was 5 years old, I consider him my son. He is my son. My oldest lives in Montana, but I am pedantic, and I micro-explain everything. And as I've said in text, it does not matter if you are a man, a woman, a child, an animal, or a pile of rocks in the vague shape of a person. I am pedantic. I am not mansplaining. I am pedantisplaining. I will happily micro-explain something to anybody, as long as they even look like they're listening. Thus, the vague pile of rocks in a humanoid shape. I will micro-explain to make sure it can't be misunderstood, because when I give you an answer, I don't just want you to have the answer. You need to understand the context of my answer, which means you need a little bit of context for the context. And you'll need a bit of context for that. So when I answer a question, I tend to really super thick answer it, because you need to know the context for why I'm answering the question. Yes or no? Yeah, that's an answer, but you don't know why I'm answering it that way. So part of it is all that. And I just go, brah. Why use one word when 500 will do? And I've done that my whole life. Drives one of my housemates crazy. I have to, as I'm saying things and talking, I have to quickly adjust how I'm saying it, because I can see the impatience and Jesus Christ on her face as I'm talking. So it's like I go, ooh, okay, cut as I'm going, just to get to the meat of the matter. She doesn't care about context. She wants yes or no. And I'm not the kind of person that says yes or no. So thumbs up. And of course, I'm off to therapy this morning, which is why it is 6:15 a.m. and I'm late. It's 14:27. I'm gonna have to try and hurry. But yes, I'm off to therapy. I've got my gas money, so I'm gonna hurry up. Right now, I'm gonna thank 20 to 25 people. It is arranged, because even though I counted American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I still got lost because of my fibromyalgia, widower brain, my post-acute withdrawal syndrome, depression, etc., etc. It's so hard to remember stuff. Oh, so hard. So, if I mispronounce the username, don't disrespect as intended. I'm an American English speaker. And of course, I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. I'm going to thumbs up each one I read. I'm going to answer as many as I can. Thumbs up for that. So, let me call out my Chrome. I had to go through all my shirts this morning. I threw out a bunch more 3X shirts. I still had a bunch of 3X. They don't fit. My pants don't even fit. I'm under 180. My pants don't fit. And I don't have a belt that fits. No belt is small enough for me anymore. They don't make belts that are small enough in the US anymore. Yay. But Perpetual Mandelbrot, thank you very, very much. And I'm not paranoid. Oh, but I am. But thank you very much. The Light Gamer 101, thumbs up and thank you. Hi, Dima, thank you very, very much. Toxo27, greatly appreciated. Ya boy Annika, no anime fanfiku? Okay. Thumbs up and thank you, greatly appreciated. Claude5190, greatly appreciated. Ash Lee, thank you very, very much. And Warmer Gosling, greatly appreciated. Jabba the Slut. And that's a good name, I like that one. Ivana Melissa, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very much. Muse, greatly appreciated. Pandora NYC1, thumbs up and thank you. And Oblong, greatly appreciated. Perfect Tragedy, thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Chris Jericho, thumbs up. Snowflake Canary, that is a heck of a name. And Zex, Z-E-X, thank you very, very much. Dylan Caster, K-A-S-T-E-R, thank you very, very much. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you. And I'm so sorry your things are going so horrible with your pensioners and such. That's no fun. Pigeon Man 49, thank you very, very much. Xanderich, greatly appreciated. Craven Blood, you've made a lot of good comments of late. Thank you very, very much. Mika Mach 5, thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. Last but not least, Tundra Keeper, thumbs up. Thank you. Each and every one of you has stated you get me out of my head, into the world, and into the world. What the heck was I trying to say on that one? I'm not sure. I had to get I got a little text window here. If it's out of the way, it's too dark. If it's up too far, it's too light. So I adjust it for my backlighting. Since I still have to hurry, if you can check out my various links. I'm so sorry. I've been saying at least once a video now for like the past week. And I'm so sorry because I try to never do that. But anyway, though, if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, that would be beautiful and awesome, like one of these beautiful and awesome people. Thank you so very much. The number of patrons keeps falling, but it is appreciated. Thank you all so much. You are the only reason I have a roof over my house, so if you could help, it would, my head, not my house, it would be awesome. Thank you. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes, I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very, very much. And of course I have a game channel. If you can check that out, if you like watching like older people play video games, thumbs up. It's right there. That'd be awesome. If you could help me get it monetized, and hey, you could even watch the videos too. Thumbs up for that. So very cool. And if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Now that sounds scary, but remember, when I die, time ends for me. So, hey, the end of the universe is only like 19 years away. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. It is 18 minutes and 39 seconds. Oh, my tummy. I have to. Well, I don't have to. I choose to wash my methadone tablets down with carbonated cola, store-bought. In fact, I was talking with... I've been opening up on Twitter, if even not opening up in real life. There is a cracked columnist that I talk with, and I sent along a text answer yesterday. He went and said, okay, you're going to be in hell. Mandatory choice. You can either drink warm cola for the rest of eternity or ice cola for the rest of eternity. But your ice cola is laced with urine. So I sent along a picture of me going like this with this stuff, because before my teeth went bad, they were very sensitive. So I drank warm room temperature cola, room temperature store brand cola, and I'm happy with it. Thumbs up. Anyway, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. I'm trying to get this so that it's like 20 minutes exactly-ish. Hopefully I've got that down. So have a great day. I will see you. And that, my friend, is a very good thing.